All right, boys and gals. I don't know what my statistics are, but either way, welcome to the channel. We're going to be talking about Elestrals, dude. We're going to be talking about their new Kickstarter that just released last week, and they've almost doubled their initial goal as of today, October 21st. And I want to go see the trailer with you guys together, go over the different tiers, and just kind of talk about it because it looks very, very promising. It looks very, I mean, what they've shown just looks really good, right? Especially if you're a big monster taming fan like me, right? Which again, for a lot of people, that's how a lot of us got into Pokemon. I mean, I played the video games before I even bought any cards. So let's go ahead and watch the trailer together first. I'm going to go and make myself small like so. And let's just go ahead and watch this together. So I'm going to mute my mic for a second. JK, it's back on. Also, really, really small detail. Sorry for hopping in here. Did you guys notice every single letter has one of the elements? Okay. One of the spirits, I should say. So obviously here it is, awakened. You got earth. What is that? Fire, water, lightning, wind, frost, solar, and lunar. And I didn't notice this till now, but really, really nice little subtle touch to that. So I guess this is like their catch mechanic. Which, by the way, I don't think they're able to even legally use any sort of ball or sphere anymore because of the whole Nintendo lawsuit that just happened with Pal World. So, side note. So ascension is like evolution. That map looks really big. There's a little sundial. Bronto glows. There's the Stellars, aka the shinies of Elestrals. There's the big boy himself, Pent-Terror, but this is his awakened form. Now, here's something that I noticed in this dress. We're gonna go back real quick, right? Let's see, does it show up here? Right here. So this is the awakened form, which in my opinion looked to be more earth, like wise. Like when I saw this design, I thought it was basically almost like a Nexus version of Pent-Terror. At least that's the way that I thought, just because it looks like earthly, crystally type thing, right? But no, it keeps the same element. It's still a wind type Elestral. So I'm curious to see how, and I wonder if it's only Pent-Terror that gets the awakened treatment. I think this is a really cool like design, not even gonna lie. But I just thought it was interesting because you see that it's still a wind Elestral. Now, here's the thing. You get to choose your spirits. At the beginning, you get 8 different spirits that you can start the game and choose from. And each one of those has their own Elestrals that goes with it. If I'm not mistaken, for Lycaris, if you choose the wind spirit, you get a Hydrake as your starter, right? So I'm curious if this awakened feature is going to extend to all of your starters. Like maybe you will get an awakened Centarbor or something like that. Centibor. I always call it Centarbor. But yeah, like maybe we'll get an awakened centaur or something, right? So yeah, just little notes. So that's kind of like the thing, right? So 2.5D like monster taming game, right? I got a lot of, I don't know, dude. Like I really like it. I really like the 2.5D aspect. I know some people may be iffy about it, but then you have like really good games like Octopath Traveler that is a 2.5D, and you saw how awesome that was, right? But the initial goal was 250K. This was actually reached, I think, within 2 days of this going live. And since then, it's already at 410,000. And they've unlocked a lot of stuff, man. So let's kind of go down here. So, and this is why I'm saying, so I'm really curious to see how the Awakened, if this is a feature that's extended to every Elestral or not. But Awakened Pentair just looks like an Earth Pentair, right? So I'm curious, you know how, and maybe this isn't the route that they're going, but you know how in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, they had a terrestrialization, right? And terrestrialization, you can take any Pokemon and turn it into a different typing. I'm curious if that's kind of how they're doing the Awakened feature, because he keeps his wind attribute. He is still a wind Elestral, but his overall design screams Earth. I mean, even like having Terratlas here, front and center, like to me, it screams that this is like an Earth variant of Pentair, which would be its Nexus form, right? So I don't know what the difference between Awakened and Nexus form is going to be in this game, but that's just kind of some of my thoughts on there. So I will let you guys read through all of this because it is, you know, the beloved Elestrals universe is back with an epic 2.5D single player action adventure RPG that puts you at the center of the Elestrals universe. So here's some of the gameplay. You get 8 elements of creation, each channeling unique forces of nature and divine power through the spirits that embody them. So these are like your starters, right? So you get to choose your spirit, right? And I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm either going to be Luminape or Terratlas. Those are my boys. I love those two. But they actually revealed recently, and I'm going to have to see if I can pull it up or if this is part of the Kickstarter. They revealed your starters, the actual, you know, let's do that real quick. Let's look it up real quick. So we're gonna go to Google. We're gonna do Elestrals. Man, I can't even type, bro. Elestrals Awakened starters, because they just showed this off, I think, on Instagram. There it is. It was actually Facebook. Yeah, no thanks. Here we go. So if you choose Earth Spirit, you get a Sprout tier. Okay, and I think this is one of my favorites, man. You got Vipyro, you get a Nekruff, you get a Leviathan, you get a Sluggle, Zaptor, Quackle, Lycanroc, Hydrake, and this is where I go back to that. I wonder if the starters are going to have their own awakened forms. Frost is Flormine, you get a Cryoline. Illuminape, you get a Sundial, and an Owloon for Lunar, for Loner, you get a Fawnlet. Yeah, these are the starters, bro. 8 different starters, which I can't even think how this is going to affect the game. Like, obviously, we haven't gotten a lot of information regarding what to expect from the gameplay. Besides, of course, it's a monster catching game. You get starters, you go around this world and all that stuff. I wonder if there's gyms or challenges that you have to do. So, casters and divines. Casters are mortals bonded with one of 8 elemental spirits. So that would be us. And then the divines are obviously Zeus and, Poseidon, things, those guys. Here are the spirit points for your SP. Here's one of the moves, key mechanics, empowerments, ascend, which is basically evolution, right? So you got Cryoline ascending all the way up to a Cryo Scorch, right? Nexus, this is what I'm talking about, where you take one particular Elestral that is a Thunder Elestral, right? Or a Lightning Elestral, and it switches over to a Fire Elestral that completely changes its name and everything. That is a, what do you call it? God, I can't even remember this name, bro. Astrabbit. So Astrabbit to... can't remember the name. Nope. Can't remember the name. Whatever, yeah. You basically, you can change the element of the Elestral, right? awaken from the original transcendent state of spirits or Elestrals where elemental energies unite, rivaling the strength of even the divines. So that's what awakened Elestrals are. Again, I'm trying to see how this correlates with their initial like spirit type, right? Anyways, awesome, right? Let me see here. Oh, and by the way, I think this was I'm skipping it, bro. It's escaping me right now. Golly. All right, so here's the region. Huge map that they're working on. That is awesome. I think this is really cool. You got Zaptor, Lycaris, Luminape. That is so cool. So cool. Music and audio. Cool. Platform and development. So originally it was only for Steam. Now we've unlocked the Switch port. Okay. So let's kind of get into the rewards, and we're going to see some of the goals that we have met with this so far and some of the ones that are coming up. So the deluxe caster gets you an in-game Stellar Nabi or a Stellar Lovato. Lovato being one of the new Elestrals. And I'm going to be real with you guys. I'm probably going to go with, I don't know what I'm going to go with. I really like Nabi, but I like the fact that Lovato's a new Elestral. It looks cool, man. You get digital art book and an official soundtrack for $75. The Elite Caster, which is limited to $2,200, gets you the game, the digital art book, the soundtrack, and founders packs and 2 starter decks, right? And so that's kind of going to be what you see here. Elevated Caster includes that booster box, founders spirits bundles, which those pictures that you saw kind of intermeshed in the video, those are actual cards with the same artwork that are going to be given in those packs. Really freaking cool binder. I had to get one for me, so I got this binder as part of my pledge. But yeah, all $1,000. You get an uncut sheet. You get all sorts of goods. Here's a new Elestral that was revealed, and that's Omni Lith. So if you guys have been following Elestrals from the beginning, you know that you have different liths, right? And these can be compared to Pokemon's Regis, right? So Omni Lith is basically like Regigigas, right? So Omni Lith encompasses all of the other liths, and it's just one little dude. Looks really cool. There it is right there. The Lovato, Lovato, because it's waddling, Lovato, right? Awakened Pentair, Desk Mat, which I wonder if I got that. I really wanted that. I can't remember. I think I did, bro, because I want to use this as my Elestrals like opening mat, bro. Like, so anyways, yeah, gold cards, Ascended 2,500. So you get all that. Plus you get the Stellar Lovato. And then of course, all the way up to 5,000, you get more cards here, Stellar serialized cards. And then the top of the top 10 Divine Casters available. You get a X out of 10 serialized Shady Penguin card and everything else included up here. And so, yeah, then you got your add-ons. You can see all the spirit, the Awakened Founder Spirit Bundle, the True Caster Bundle, all that. So these are the Founders promos, really cool. We've already unlocked more since then. So, again, dude, that freaking Pentair playmat looks so freaking sick. Founders playmat, Founders starter bundle, whatever, collector's bundle. Awesome. So we got a new one, Dougie, a whole new Nexus form of our buddy Eddie. We got Nebuleo, Leo Bright, and Celestio added to the game. Obviously, new cards are being sprinkled into some of these Founders packs and promo packs. Well, really, it's the promo packs, the Founder packs. Scythe of Demeter, Hammer of Hephaestus were added to there. The biggest one, of course, being, I'm just going to kind of scroll down. They've added a lot of cards to it, but the biggest one is this one right here. Elestrals Awakened Nintendo Switch port. And I would actually say, in my opinion, this is probably the reason why it reached the 400,000 goal so quickly. Excuse me. This is something that, like, when I saw it, I was like, man, I want that on the Switch. Like, playing it on the Switch, or even, I mean, granted, like, I plan on getting one of the newer, probably like, I don't know, like the ROG Ally or something. playing, I mean, I'd be cool with the Steam version if I had to, right? But like, there's just something about playing monster catching games on the Switch that just feels so dang good. And this opens up the market a lot more for just casual gamers as opposed to people who have to download the game on their PC and go from there. This is more than likely the reason, in my opinion, why it's doing so well now. Well, it was doing well, but why it reached that goal so quickly. So this is going to open up the market a lot more for Elestrals, adding them to the Nintendo Switch. So that's really cool. Obviously, I think we've already met the $410,000 goal. Yep, we met the $410,000 goal as we're making this video. So we're adding Tsunami to the promo pack. But you can see here Thunderstorm, Tornado, Blizzard being added, multiple save files, more cards added. Stellar promo pack. That is cool. So Steam achievements, 500,000. So we're like, it's going, man. It's going. I think it's going to reach 500K. I mean, they still have 24 days left, I think. The ultimate stretch goals, they've already unlocked the Nintendo Switch port, but permadeath, randomizer, and a speed run. So basically what every streamer and like PokeTuber and like anybody who plays these monster taming games like those challenges, that's part of the stretch goals. So lots of cool stuff. But yeah, man, like it's like there's so much to gain out of this. Here's the thing. Obviously the physical rewards are being shipped out prior to the game. So those would be coming out, I believe next year is what it said, like Q1 or Q2 of next year. But the game itself is currently slated to be done by December of 2027. I'm pretty sure that's a placeholder. If it comes out by then, I would be shocked. I don't think this game is going to be done cooking in 2 years. I think it's going to take a little bit more time. I would expect, not saying this is what's going to happen, but I would probably expect this game to be done like maybe 2028 if we're lucky. Just depends on how much time is needed. Maybe they've already kind of, they have already kind of got a good game plan in terms of when they can expect release based on, the goals that they're meeting in development. But I would be shocked if this comes out in 2027. Obviously, we're about to end 2025. That would basically give it 2 years of development time, which if you guys have been following the Elestrals social media, I think this alpha has been kind of cooking for about a year, right? Like give or take maybe six months to a year, I believe is how much this game has been, the pre-alpha has been cooking for just to get this Kickstarter ready. So I would be shocked if it only takes 2 years to make this game. I would say 2028 is more realistic. I think a 3-year development cycle seems to be normal. But hey, maybe I'm wrong, and hopefully that's the case, because obviously the sooner we get it, the better. But based on all the other video game Kickstarters that I have backed, whenever they put an ETA, it's always missed. So I'm hoping Elestrals is the first one to change that, just because we know development cycles and development in general in video games can just have a lot of issues that pop up. So that is all, man. Just wanted to kind of talk to you guys about this. Insane that it reached this level of funding so quickly in I think right at a week. So I am pretty sure that we can get this up to 500K, at which point we would unlock all of the current, all the current goals, stretch goals. So, and then at that point, I assume that after this 500K, that's when they're going to start doing all of these. Because again, and here's the thing, the more that this Kickstarter is successful, the likelier chance that the development gets extended out, because they would be adding a permadeath mode. They would be adding a speedrun mode. They would be adding a randomizer mode, right? So that's kind of where I'm at with it, but very cool. I'm so excited for it. It looks so good. 2.5D is just a really nice, and I think seldomly used medium, right? Like, yeah, we've seen some 2.5D games, but this is cool. So hope you guys get a chance to back it, I mean, shoot, it's so freaking cool. Hopefully we see more of this. Elestrals Clash still being worked on. I know I've seen some people comment, on Discord saying like, well, I'm kind of bummed that, they're kind of shifting focus to this game. They haven't even finished the Elestrals Clash. I don't really see it that way. I think of this is a whole other team that's handling Awakened, right? Clash have their own team, which I forget the team off the top of my head, but Clash is being worked on by a whole separate team compared to Awakened. It just makes sense because you would not be able to handle both properly. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure this is being handled by some other developers. That's what this Kickstarter is for, is probably to get the needed people to start working fully on this game. 400K to fund a video game, it ain't much, right? Like, you're going to have maybe a few full-timers working on this, like round the clock, right? So it's going to take some time. Again, I think 2028 is looking pretty good, but then again, I don't know how it's looking in the back end, bro, but all I know is that Elestrals has been pretty much killing it on their trading card game, their tournaments, their competitive support, their LGS support, branching into other medias, making sure they have a digital client, now working on a video game. Like, I hate to say it, this is what we wanted from the original MetaZoo. And like, if you guys have been with me for so long, like I've been, MetaZoo really drew me in from the get-go. And to see Elestrals kind of, they have some really, really cool, like, ideas, right? I know some people may not like all the art and all and whatnot, whatever, but they are doing things right. They got the monthly Shattered Stars. They got every single month there is something to talk about regarding Elestrals. After a month of release of a major set, they start kind of showing off new things or talking about the new sets coming up. Every single month, again, Shattered Stars, new cards, new looks, new techniques for holofoil patterns or whatever it is that they're working on comes out. You got the digital client that's being worked on for a lot of people who have been having issues maybe locating LGS stores locally, as well as to just play with your homies, right? And then now they're adding an actual RPG game to their lineup in the next couple of years. Like, they're kicking ass, man. And there's so many haters, bro. There's so many haters for Elestrals. And again, it's one of those things where if you guys enjoy something, just enjoy it, right? Have fun with it. I do not see the point of talking smack about, especially like a new up and coming company who has been doing things right from the beginning. Yes, there have been stumbles along the way. That comes with any company that is growing. But they're killing it. American Printer, like, bro, can't wait. Can't wait to see more. Can't wait to see more stretch goals unlocked. Can't wait to see more sneak peeks and more information on how the Awakened forms work. Because that's very interesting, especially because Pantera just looks like an Earth Pantera. So curious to see the difference between Awakened and Nexus. I know the difference technically, like I get it, like this, Awakened mechanic here, it's like the transcendent state of the spirit. But why did it change to look like an Earth Pantera instead of something else? I don't know, bro. I'm overthinking it, but whatever, man. See you on the next one.